Hi, this is Majinoni, and it is my regret, my great regret, to have to review this bullshittery stories. Let's start off with Fear Itself, The Fearless #2, and we'll go over The Fear Itself. I know. Okay. I can give them the concept of the hammers are all over the place, they're scattered, they're whatever. Valkyrie wants to get them. You have Steve Austin say, no. This is no longer Asgard business, this is human business. We have the hammers, they're secure. Like, okay. Well, in that case, look how secure that hammer is in France, where it's, let's see, where's the page at? Oh, that's flashback. Where it looks like it's some sort of doomsday death cult that's holding on to that hammer. Yeah, that's a really secure hammer, Mr. Rogers. Maybe you should have let Valkyrie go after these hammers. Now at least the other hammer is in the realm of the vampires. But the vampire, after a very moving speech, just goes up to Valkyrie and says, "Oh, okay. Hammer's yours," and leaves. I'm like, are you kidding me? Why would they give up? I don't even want to ask why. I just don't want to ask why. Because, especially when you consider the Fearless, the vampire group, whatever they're called, would have killed Valkyrie because they depowered it to such an extent. And I guess their plan was, when she leaves, then they have vampires attack her, but, like, it's like, you think that these random vampires are more stronger than Dracula's most elite team? What type of fool do you think I am putting out this type of nonsense? Okay, it makes sense to some of the stuff that they're doing, but the writing behind this is just unbelievably horrible. Let's talk about Fear Itself 7.1. Captain America. Starts off great. Okay, well, this is going to be a major spoiler here. But I'm not spoiling anything, because it's already on the internet. Okay, this is by Brubaker. You get this really touching speech from Captain America, Steve Rogers, about Bucky's, life and what he means to him being this person who, Bucky always looked up to be Cap and tried to become better, stand up with Cap. Cap always looked at Bucky and said the same thing because Bucky had no super serum. And then Nick Fury says, you might want to do a timeout on that speech. Now, I heard about what was going to happen, but part of me was just on some level begging that that it was a hoax. And when I saw these panels here, I literally that's it. I lost faith in Fear Itself completely. Completely. Now, for those of you who don't know, Bucky's not dead. What they did was, they detected a slight pulse. And so what they did was, Nick Fury and Natasha, Black Widow, they took that body to be repaired and fixed. And they used an LMD for the body of Bucky to make it look like he really did die. That way inspires the team to fight. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this at all, because the thing with me with Fear Itself was this. They promised big changes. And then, don't get me wrong, I fully understand big changes mean the only difference is you have less money in your wallet. That's what their big change means. But you have Bucky dying in a glorious death. I mean, you had Sin rip him apart and drop that thing right through his chest. And I'm like, OMG, oh my God, And then, yeah, Thor died, but you already know Thor's coming back because of the fact that they got the Avengers movie, they have the second Thor movie coming out. So we already knew Thor was coming back. I mean, that's why the internet didn't even raise an eyebrow when they announced Thor dying. Bucky dying, that was a surprise. You get this wonderful cover like this, and you're like, oh my god. Bucky is not dead. It's a hoax. All a hoax. So this way, they can sell you yet another comic book. The Winter Soldier comic book. Everybody thinks that Bucky is dead, except for Nick Fury, Steve Rogers, the Black Widow, and a small assortment of random soldiers and doctors who worked on him. Oh yeah, and then they injected Bucky with some sort of serum, so now whatever made him special, he's no longer special any longer. I don't know what to think. I know exactly what to think. I think that I was duped. I feel that this whole series is completely meaningless now. There's no redeeming value whatsoever because what are you going to say at the start? Oh, okay, yeah, they had the fear itself. They had massive fear waves. Heroes supposedly sacrificed themselves, but for that matter, 2 heroes who died are gonna come right back. I guess you can say they obliterated France because of the Great Gargoyle, and then they were able to do something with the vampires. But it's not like France is repopulated as of next month because you can't have France be a ghost town forever, and it'll be like nothing ever happened. And the Avenger Academy member teammates were scarred. There were the trials that they went through, and one member quit. But quitting means in Avengers Academy she went to the enemy and she's going to be back. You're constantly going to be seeing this girl again. And I'm like, this book just angered me on so many different levels. I just expected so much more out of Brubaker. I mean, I don't blame Brubaker. It's not his fault that maybe it is his fault because he likes writing about Bucky so much, and he was probably pissed off that they said Bucky's dead, and maybe he threatened Quesada's children's lives or something like that. So they concocted this stupid ass story where Bucky's alive still. And I'm like, how can you do this to your readers? How can you treat them like they are nothing? At least when DC did Flashpoint, when they said nothing will be the same, they were true. Nothing is the same. Because the fact that they did their relaunch and everything. Nothing has changed. Absolutely nothing has changed in this book, and it's a waste of my time.